Okay, just very briefly, I have a couple things that are freaking me out here. Um, they're closing the Curious George store in Harvard Square, and it's very upsetting because, you know, I like him. See, I have a flashlight. I've had this forever. Watch. Ah! See? And I was going to go down there and visit it, and we went to the museum at Harvard to see the really big rock and mineral collection down there, because they're opening a mineral and gem museum in Bethel, Maine, and they have the guy that used to run that museum advising them, and we went to see him talk in Augusta, I don't know, last year maybe, and you know, really excited. It's taking a long time for them, so that's not really freaking me out. I know it's coming. And I'm getting ready to make a, I'm getting ready to attempt a souffle. I've made them before, and sometimes I get it, and sometimes I don't, because I'm not a chef. And I don't make them on a regular basis, but today, for some reason, I want one. Don't ask me why. But I'm going to use Jack Pepin's recipe. The other thing that's freaking me out, okay, we've been reading about this show, Designated Survivor, with Kiefer Sutherland. I saw the preview, and I sent it to my husband, and I'm like, this looks like a really cool show, and they have a lot of really great names in the cast, and I'm not always good with names, but I recognize faces. And I'm like, I know that person from this TV show or movie, and my husband's like, how do you recognize these people? I'm like, I don't know, but then I have to Google it, and oh yeah, they were in blah blah blah, you know. Kiefer Sutherland is probably not someone I'd forget his name. I'll tell you what's freaking me out. We moved in here, and we have a Dish Network connection because Time Warner doesn't come this far out into the country. And for a while, we were just watching stuff on Netflix and Hulu and YouTube and blah, 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 blah. But then I realized, you know, like when the Oscars come, I can't watch the red carpet thing. That's my favorite thing about the Oscars, is watching people on the red carpet. I'm sorry, but it is. And I even went and bought an antenna and tried to hook it up at our old place, but we were like 10 miles out of range from the big TV station. So this show is coming, I think, September 21st. And I was like, okay, cool, because when we moved in, they said, oh, you share the Dish Network connection, you can have it for a small fee. And I'm like, oh, cool, I get to watch the Oscars. And I can watch TV in real time instead of waiting for it to come on Netflix or Hulu. And then we hooked it up, and it doesn't work right. And I'm like, what the heck? And I told them, and they're like, what? It works fine at our place. And I'm like, okay. Do I have to call them? And I called Dish, and they're like, we want $95 to come out. And I'm like, oh, great. Are they going to, those landlord people going to pay that? And I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out because I can't watch TV, and I already paid them. And I'm sure they'll get it fixed. So you need to call them, and they're like, why? What you know? And I get really frustrated with people who don't get it and don't listen, because it's a very simple thing. Pick up the phone and call the vendor and get them down here and fix it. And I went out and bought a connector, and I put on a new connection, and I put it up to the box, and one of my friends was like, you know, maybe the box is bad. I'm like, maybe, but there's no sound. And all I can get is no sound with a million QVC channels and nothing like NBC, ABC, CBS, whatever, nothing. And it's freaking me out, okay? It's freaking me out. If I have to, I'm going to call Dish Network and have them come down and put my own darn, I'm trying not to swear, because there might be kids watching it. I'm going to have them put it in my own Dish Network, because it's just unacceptable. This Time Warner was like, well, we might come down there in a month or two if you want to wait. And I'm like, no, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait a month. I don't want to wait a day. I don't want to wait a week. I want my TV. I want it now. So it's freaking me out. Stop freaking me out. Get my dish fixed today.